But I think the Bulls, if they buy in to what Donovan is talking, and they can congeal and have a system in place, then I think they can give themselves some cushion and those growing pains, which we anticipated. But you know, it could be a good environment for them to really come together as a young team.
Yes, indeed. That's our man Pharaoh Sean Terry talking there. And we kicking off this watch party, draft night, WARR Media, just hanging out. And me and Sean starting the cipher going. We gonna hopefully welcome a couple more of our guys at least. If you got anything y'all want to say out there in Facebook land, any observations, anything, you people you want to see the Bulls pick, people you don't want to see, or anything about the first few picks that we're gonna be here at least through those first few picks. So yeah, just let off any type of stuff you want to talk about with the draft right here. On our comment here and everything. And yeah, me and Sean has been talking about the Bulls leading up to us going live here. And what do you think about some of the rumors, Sean? Man, it's been some of the stuff we've been hearing most. Let's get our man Chris Pennant in first to join us. What's up, Chris?
What's up? First of all, I'm going to stun on y'all boys right quick. You see
I knew you going to stun on us, man. I knew you were going to stun on us. That's the only way he called in. That's the only reason he called in, Sean. He don't want to talk ball. He want to stun on us. See Hollywood now.
Baby. No,
this is wild. Ain't mad at you at all.
Oh, man. No, I'm still wilding out, but, it's good to be on. Sean, Kyle, how y'all doing?
I'm glad you checked up, man. I'm glad you're all right, man. Living good out there.
Even if I can't give away the results of everything that happened, but let's just say it's been a fun trip. But I had to come on if only to impart my thoughts on how much I hate NBA draft analysis. We'll get to that.
Well, you gonna hate this then because that's all we got, man. We ain't even doing that well. So I don't know what you got to say about it. But well, I guess you hate the network analysis, I'm guessing.
No, it's not even that. And it's not even the Bulls, right? It's not even the Bulls because it's not the teams, it's what we hear. And it's the same thing for NFL, except I'm not as invested in that. And I honestly think NFL draft talent analysis is more consistent, but what you hear with NBA,
it's less
really
speculative. It's more,
exactly. That's the thing. I remember talking to Zach Harper about this a few years back, and I got lucky enough to have him on my old podcast, and it was right around the time that Jahlil Okafor, who we know, Chicago Whitney Young, was coming out of Duke after his first season. And it was right around the time that everybody was swinging from him being the number one pick to Karl Anthony Towns. And I asked Zach why that happened, like where that came from. And my specific question was, we've been hearing about Jahlil Okafor for so long. We've, being from Chicago kind of skews things, but we'd seen what he could do. We'd heard his name. He went to Duke. Right when they were starting to do a lot of their one and done guys, Kyrie, Jabari, and all that. So why now in March, after all this time and all of this information that we have, is the needle swinging over to Karl Anthony Towns being a better choice? And Zach, he agreed with that. He said that, but he also said that the research and the logic was sound, and there were some things that you just kind of come up at a certain point in time. The problem for me is that when you have a guy like LaMelo Ball, who we have known since he put up 92 points at Chino Hills and have watched him basically grow up. We watched this dude grow up like Dakota Fanning, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna say I got something about that in a second, but yeah, go, keep going.
Like why now, after all this time, do we have questions about his motivation, his floor, his ceiling. Why now? Is because at this point it just feels like an okie doke. And not everybody follows this really closely. I won't lie, I don't follow it that closely. The last one I was really invested in was Rose and Beasley, the choice between that. And I'd seen so much of both, but Michael Beasley looked to me like the better fit. And I know there were a lot of people who agreed. I'm glad I was wrong. But it just it's eternally confounding and irritating when a week or 2 weeks before the draft, even in a weak draft like this, the news starts to shift like, oh, maybe this guy isn't what we thought he was. Maybe this guy isn't what we knew. When Sam Bowie came out, people knew he had injuries. People knew he was a center. People knew that was trouble. We had seen what happened with Bill Walton, with other 7-footers like that. So it was a surprise that Portland took him, even if the narrative shifted that they needed a center and Jordan wasn't the right fit. I don't understand why now, and all this information, all this constant news cycle that we have, can we not get a consistent report on a guy from point A to point B with the allowance for a few shifts if something real serious happens? It gets on my nerves.
But you mentioned Lonzo, LaMelo.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying that that people are too high on him or they're being too critical of him right now? You think he should be number one or not?
I don't necessarily think he should be number one. I think that popular U.S. opinion would say that because we've seen him for so long. I think he's a bit better than than Lonzo could be. That's from that's kind of anecdotal. But what I heard from a friend of mine who my guy Dan Meehan, who follows this stuff a lot more closely than I do, is that there's questions about LaMelo's motivation, and he specifically said that his ceiling his floor is really low. His potential floor is really low, like bench point guard. So we've been talking about this dude for so long, and I know some of this is just ESPN and the other networks trying to drive ratings, putting him on a lot of their draft coverage ads.
It's okay.
But we know that this dude is good.
Chris?
You say what?
Do you got the coverage on in your room?
No, I got to grab the remote to do that. I'm guessing, are they talking about LaMelo right now?
Yeah, they got a 3-shot him in
the golden child.
I saw it this morning when I was at the hotel gym. It was him, Wiseman, and it wasn't Denny Avdija. It was somebody else, and I can't think of who. It might have been Obi Toppin.
Yeah. Well, you talk about, but that's it. I say you talk about the coverage and the way that we've come to know the kid and how much he's been out in the world, and since he's been a freshman in high school, it's really interesting to think about it. Like, he's gonna be the first NBA possible number one pick to be caught saying the word nigga on Raw is War.
On Raw is War.
Yeah, he said the N-word on Raw.
That was my favorite LaMelo moment too.
Yeah,
because that's what we all would have said. That's what I would have said too.
Be that.
Because it's I hate the Miz, man. I can't stand that dude.
So, Chris, to your point, let me ask you this: do you think the reason that it's reported that way is because there's the NBA is obviously drawn to the drama, right? Among all of the big sports, I think that they portray the drama year round more than any other sport. Do you think it's intentional that happens, or do you think there's something to the fact that teams are starting to it's starting to shift back to where teams are maybe considering fit and the ability to assimilate to the locker room or the current roster and play? Like, there's got to be some tangible realness to that, to why that's happening.
Let me start that, because I think actually it's been kind of refreshing how little there's been talk of the tabloid angle in regards to the coverage of LaMelo in this immediate time leading up to the draft. Like, I think part of that has to do with the fact that Pops is chill. You know, he's laid back quite a bit, and compared to when Lonzo went to the draft a couple years ago. So with LaMelo, pretty much the talk has been exclusively about his game and what he has to offer on the court. There's really been little to say about what's going to be the case off the court. You know, there's among us fans and stuff and people online on social media, we may joke and say certain things may happen if he gets into your city, and certain things may happen with his pops when you bring him into your city or close to your organization. But strictly the coverage that I've been seeing in regards to draft experts and stuff, they've been keeping it strictly to what's been on the court with him, and there hasn't been speculative in regards to the extracurricular possibilities. So, and as far as your question goes, I think the NBA teams themselves are pretty much, they're trying to be as responsible about it as they can, and because there's a lot of money that's going to be on the line. You talking about a guy who could possibly be a multiple all-time All-Star, a guy who can run your offense for quite some time going forward. So they want to make sure that the guy brings in everything that they want him to bring in the right way, and not, like I said, they want to know what's real about him as a player. They don't need to know. They already know what he brings as a personality and what his family brings as personality. So they want to know for real what he brings as a player. And like I said, I think that's been a refreshing way that they've gone about evaluating him in the public way.
True, D. It would have been super convenient to just, play it up, the whole LeVar Ball factor. And he's definitely grown up in the public eye. We've seen the kid mature to this day. So, why like damper his moment with that? So to that point, I agree. I feel like with basketball, though, for a long time, teams drafted out of need. Teams, they really considered the core of what was already in place with a team's roster, and factored that into who they selected. And then, I'd say probably around the time when high school players and the whole notion of drafting on upside came into play, that got thrown out of whack a little bit. And to me, it just, particularly in a year where there's this condensed schedule, I mean, you got 13 days from the draft to, free agency to the start of training camp, and then like another 20 days and the season starts. Like that's unusual. It's real unique. Normal. And so you need to really be able to rely on guys who can, like I say, assimilate, pick up the system, blend in. And I think that, more than anything, this year is really going to be about synergy more so than, just grabbing the best talent on the board, even if it doesn't fit.
To that degree, Drew, thanks for coming on, bro.
No problem. What's up, y'all?
Drew.
Chris, you got the guns out, man. I see.
You missed Chris, man, when he came in. He showed the whole Hollywood Hills for us, man. That boy was stunning hard. But anyway, Drew, let's look at this number one pick, because it's about to come up soon. I guess you've been overhearing what we've been saying to that degree. What do you think? Did you give the number one yesterday when we did our mock?
No. I think either you did or
I did. Yeah, I said LaMelo. I did. I said LaMelo was going to get picked. But what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with this first pick, Drew?
I was thinking LaMelo too, but then I was listening to the Bulls Talk podcast and their little mock draft, and one of the beat writers from Minnesota actually had them picking Anthony Edwards, which I thought was kind of interesting. I guess I can see them going that direction too, but I just feel like LaMelo, the things that he brings, outweigh everybody else in terms of Edwards and Wiseman, although obviously Wiseman seems to be off the table for them because of Towns. LaMelo just is more gifted at ball handling and passing than anybody else is at what they do in this draft class, it seems. So I can't really see them passing up LaMelo, even though I wonder what their defense is going to look like with him and Russell and Towns. But kind of going against the point that my man brought up earlier about going more synergy than best player available. I think with number one, you got to go best player available, right? No matter what the circumstances are, especially for Minnesota.
I would think so because they got enough holes too, where it's like you just got to get the best talent, But I think synergy does play a role in that. Like you say, they're not getting Wiseman because he's going to impede on what they got going with Cat. So you want to get someone who you could safely fit in that starting lineup and just let them run with the young guys you already got because they want to be one of the more talented young teams in the league. There's no reason why they can't be as soon as this year if they get the pick right here.
Yeah. Whereas Golden State has the luxury of being able to pick a player that's going to better fit into what they do, which by all accounts is
almost anybody fits in with what they do.
With Golden State?
Yeah.
Really? You don't think Wiseman? You don't think is like out of the prospects this year? You don't think he's kind of that one piece that fits more perfectly into what they do?
I'm saying he's the best fit, but I'm saying everybody fits in with what they do.
I got you. Yeah.
Golden State is definitely plug and play.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Golden State is definitely plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
They have a luxury this draft where it could go any way for them, and it's still going to give them a plug. Well, up until the Clay injury, we don't know the significance of that.
Yeah. I'm already hearing people say, "Oh, they're definitely going to go for Bradley Beal now at some point in this, before the season opens up, depending on the severity of his injury." Did he injure the leg that was already that he just got repaired?
No, it was his right leg.
Okay.
Still, that's they're talking about overcompensation during rehab when that's definitely a setback. Even if he didn't injure the leg he'd already injured, it might have been better if he had, just because then he wouldn't have to. It wouldn't place more pressure on the other side of his body.
That's a good point.
Didn't Derek did that right? But
I think so.
He had the one. I forget the leg that the ACL was on, but the next injury he had was the other leg.
Mm-hmm, the meniscus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In Portland. Yeah. Bad dreams there, boy.
It was. I remember that day's thing.
Man.
Yeah.
That Adidas commercial that came out with when he was finally making his comeback, man, that was right on the money.
Dan Roan sitting outside the WGN trailer.
Man.
They just showed that today on Stadium, that documentary.
I know Adam Silver is getting things ready right now. I kind of want to rejoin on something Sean said, and it might be going back too far in history, but I know that since because when the NBA was just growing and they still had territorial picks so that teams could actually carve out a market, that was the reason that the Warriors, when they were in Philadelphia, got Wilt Chamberlain, and I know a couple of other teams did things like that. I guess it depends on what the prospect is, because you draft on fit. I feel like that's something that you do depending on the strength of the draft in the late single digits, or mid to the late first round is like, okay, here's a guy that we need in kind of that NFL mode. Like, here's a guy we need. We need a shooting guard. We need a combo forward. We need a big who can rim run. But I know that I think there's teams have a history of swinging for the fences, either when it's a sure thing or when they need the publicity. Like the Rockets not going for Hakeem would have been would have been a riot because he played college ball and everybody knew him. So even if they had picked Jordan, it would have been crazy, like for them not to pick him that draft. And like Spencer Haywood going in the draft around was that 1970? That's a history book kind of thing. But he was iffy, but people wanted that. They wanted that big home run kind of a draft pick to drum up interest. So I know.
I think that played into the Lonzo situation in LA. There's a more recent example of that.
When he went 2 to the Lakers, you say, Sean?
Yeah, which was definitely, maybe a slot or 2 higher than he should have gone.
That was a bit of a stretch, yeah. But that was a weak. That might have been a weak draft. Like you got to take it, like Chris said, you got to take into account the overall quality of the draft, and regardless though of the quality of each draft, there's usually guys. Some of the best guys are. It seems regularly now that some of the best guys slip towards the lower lottery, even into the mid first round now. When you look at like Giannis going 14, and there's like you could pretty much every year you could pick out people like that now who come to really dominate in the league, but they were slept on in their draft.
I wonder if it's a function of the NBA kind of changing because the like GMs will be a little slow to catch on to the changing trends, like how Jimmy went 30, and why can't I? Draymond went 32, 31 or 32.
Yeah, I think 32.
I was like, and I'm still mad that the Rockets for some reason didn't keep Clint Capella, but I don't know where he was drafted. I know it wasn't top 10. So I think that there might be that kind of trend shifting in the NBA that GMs are not, they haven't fully caught up with yet. Of course, it could just be that those guys haven't reached their potential by the time they get drafted. So,
sure, and some guys work harder once they get in the league than others.
Right.
You definitely got to put Jimmy in that conversation.
I was gonna say Jimmy Butler, the Tom Joyner of the NBA.
To that degree, what y'all?
So I was going to say Jay Billis is looking rough. That's all I was going to say.
He get up too early. He always getting up at 6 o'clock.
I gotta go to work.
He gotta go to work. Yeah, he must be working on something else, man.
Sorry, man. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'll say y'all was talking about how people work and how people function once they get into the pros, and I don't know if y'all were all up on what Edwards said, because he could be picked here at number 1 as well, but him talking about being more of a football guy and not really liking basketball or not being willing to watch basketball on his off time and stuff, and like there was some good discussions about that early today. I saw on the Jump on ESPN. And that's kind of worrisome to me because I think when you do think of the guys who are really running the league right now, the LeBrons and the Durants and stuff, those guys are hoop addicts. And to have a guy like Edwards who is looking to be the number 1 pick in the draft talking about, well, I'm good on basketball when I ain't playing, I'd rather do this or that, it's like, I don't know, you might have to change that up, man, especially as a pro. Maybe it was too easy for him in the lower levels of leading up to college in Georgia and stuff. But when you get in the league now, you got to be different, I think, as a worker, man. You got to be a professional at this point.
So now you got the money now. So what's driving you now? What is going to push you and motivate you to continue to get better? So
right.
That threw me off when I saw that today, and I wonder how much it threw off, some execs.
Yeah, how much did it throw off Minnesota? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is a weird thing to say.
There's definitely a case of recency biases in Minnesota with dealing with Wiggins and questioning his motivation for a number of years.
Right.
And it's a cold weather city. You know, it's not for everybody. So you get a kid, especially from, you know, the South, who is talking like that, you know, it's got to send balls to Minnesota in this moment right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
about 30 seconds left for Minnesota to pick. Let's see what's going on. Oh shit!
I forgot
See,
they had D'Angelo Russell.
Shams is dropping bombs already. He put the pick out on Twitter already.
Oh,
Shams.
I forgot.
This
I forgot that this is it's spoiler season.
Yeah, he competing with Woj, so that's another battle.
Hey, are y'all Shams? Are y'all Sham Squad or Team Woj? That's an important thing in the NBA.
I base it a little bit off some insider stuff I heard from my man Scoop. I'm kind of with Woj, but I respect Sham's hustle though, man. He's a Chicago dude, so.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was up there like Loyola or something when he started getting in and stuff. So, you know, yeah. But you know, Woj is an OG.
Mm-hmm.
True. And he did tell that idiot senator from Missouri to fuck himself. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
My fault.
No, you good. You good. You just quoting Woj.
That's right. Even though he deleted that tweet, but yeah. Hey, I really like those
why he deleted.
Yeah, I know, because ESPN. If they drop the hammer on Jamel, then they drop the hammer on Dagnon. Anybody.
Yeah.
I like those paintings that they got in the Edwards household, man. Those are real cool.
I thought the one behind it was Florida Evans when I first saw it.
Somebody come get this man.
Anthony Edwards gonna be he's the newest Timberwolves.
He memorialized his mom and grandmother. That's dope. I guess I'm on a delay. I just saw the photos.
Yeah.
Those are real nice. Those are real cool.
Yeah, headed up to cold Minnesota.
Right, it ain't Atlanta.
But it's not a franchise that you could be the first person to lead them to greatness. There's still that there for them. It's there for like teams like the Hornets, and I think that's why Kyrie and KD went to the Nets.
How many teams haven't been to the finals? It's like they're one of them. It's like 2 teams or something at this point.
See, I should know this. This is a trivia question. I'm doing this thing.
Yeah. I got to throw that out to you, Chris.
Which teams have not been to the NBA Finals?
It's only 2 teams?
The Magic went. The Hornets have not gone.
It's not many.
Really?
Yeah.
The Hornets definitely haven't made it. The Pelicans haven't made it. The Nuggets haven't been to the finals, if I remember right.
Not in the NBA, yeah. You're right. Not in the NBA.
I don't think there's any The Wizards. The Wizards won the finals. I apologize.
As the Bullets, they've been.
Right. They won in 78. It might just be those 3 teams.
Straight up stump the Swami. Have the Kings made it?
Yeah, when they were the Cincinnati Royals.
Royals, yeah.
And I think they won once when they were in Rochester. Yeah, they won in Rochester. Then they moved to Cincinnati. Went with Oscar Robertson. Man, low key, that would have been a cool time to watch.
Memphis hasn't been.
Right.
Yeah, Memphis.
But Oscar Robertson going up against Bill Russell and them. Ooh, that would have been some basketball, boy.
We got Chuck on. What's up, Chuck? Charles hashtag Timberwolves. Yeah.
All right.
He's just checking in. What's up, Chuck? That's your team. I know he a big Steelers guy in the NFL.
Right.
That's your team, Chuck, in the NBA, the Timberwolves. You talking about the Pagans now?
Gotta see what he says.
That's what's up. I'm sure they proud of him. You know, they wherever they looking down. There's a little video of Wiseman I saw earlier. His mama talking to him through a video chat, and she was talking about how proud she gonna be of him. You know, that's the type of thing you got to keep in mind. You know, with nights like this. You know, these even though they're young, they do work hard to get to these positions, and they blessed with a lot of talent. And you know, as much as we may envy them on certain ways, you know, you got to be happy for them. You know, they doing something that's gonna change their family. A lot of them doing stuff that's gonna change their family's whole direction. You know,
Yeah,
you got to.
And as much work as they put in on the court, a lot of times their moms, dads, uncles, aunties, grandmas, you know, they put in just as much
work.
Stat Muse said that 4 of the last 9 first overall picks have had Anthony as part of their first names.
Okay. Got
Davis, Bennett, Carl Anthony Towns, and now Anthony Edwards.
That's something. What if one of those things does not belong? Well, we'll see. We'll see if
yeah, we'll see.
If he could pass Bennett, you won't have to do much to pass Bennett.
Do y'all think there's any superstars in this draft?
Man, it's hard. It's hard to tell. It's so much harder to tell nowadays, man.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think I thought Willie Cauley-Stein was going to be a force, and he's evolved into a solid role player. So not a superstar, just a really nice player. And I don't know, man. I didn't get to see that enough to say anything. I remember hearing about Wiseman for a while, and Bradley played Memphis, but he was already out by the time that they played him, so I didn't get to see anything.
And the fact that the college season didn't finish is, it sucked in general, but it affects you because, I think looking at a guy in particular who could play in the tournament, it's not the same as playing in the NBA, but it's meaningful because one and done games, pressure. You typically as a number one guy are going to be relied on to win those games. So it tells you something about these guys. So you don't even have that you didn't even have that to draw on with guys like you wouldn't have had, and it's interesting though, you wouldn't have had that anyway with Edwards or Wiseman, because Georgia wasn't going to make the tournament and Wiseman was already out. The NCAA, said goodbye to him. So, but and Ball, you wouldn't have had, you would have to have the satellite package on for the NBL and Australia, whatever.
How did I don't know if y'all talked about this before I hopped on. How did y'all react to the rumors of the Bulls talking to Golden State about sending that number 4 pick their way for Wendell Carter?
Yeah,
I've been saying a lot. I want to lay back first. I've been talking a lot. I've been talking a lot, so I didn't want to start.
No, you've been good, man. Say what you want to say.
I like Wendell so much, and having him out from under Jim Boylan, I think it would be finally his time to grow. So I would hate to lose him, especially to a team like the Warriors, because Steve Kerr going to make that boy look good, even if you trade up in this draft. I don't know if I think you trade up, but I would hate to let go of Wendell to do it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Honestly, I think that my core 4, Wendell, Kobe, Zach. I mean, if I had to lose one of the core 4, Lowry is the guy who I would move, just because of what we talked about in the pregame, Cal. I question his intensity, his not necessarily his desire to win, but just his ability to really like put a team on his back. Can we rely on you night in and night out to give us 22 and 10? And I don't think Lowry has proven that. And he's had a couple seasons to do that now. So if I were to make a sacrificial a move from the core forward would be Lowry. But I would hate to see him in Golden State as well, to your point, Chris. That's a scenario where you could regret that.
That's official. Wiseman to Golden State. I mean, this is really the best option for them, man.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that Golden State ain't gonna overthink things, man. They know they got this guy. This is a young guy. He's moldable, completely moldable. Look at Penny over there, like, yeah, I'm about to give me some more recruits now.
Yeah, yep. Well, and the Golden State is in a unique scenario because they expect to be in the mix next year.
Right.
The road out, you gotta get through. You got to get through, the big man shift to the Western Conference now is something that they got to deal with. So I think this is a smart move.
And I think when they've had their best teams, they've had guys who could do the things that Wiseman could do already. They've had lesser guys. You can argue with Bogut and JaVale and stuff. Like, I would think that his ceiling is higher than at least Bogut, if not JaVale. So it's like, he's gonna run at the rim. He's gonna protect that rim. He's gonna be good in transition. Steph's gonna get him the ball wherever he wants it. They're gonna lob him. They're gonna do whatever. He gonna feel good out there, man. He gonna hoop well. Yeah.
He's got good touch too. I mean, I think I haven't seen a lot of comps for him, but when I look at his game, I see, especially on the perimeter, I see some elements of Chris Bosh, particularly with
that's what they was mentioning earlier today. Yeah, and he got that little left-handed shot. He could,
free flowing offense in Golden State. He's gonna get rewarded with a lot of touches.
Why couldn't he be a David Robinson 2.0?
That too.
I mean, I'm surprised. Like, he's not. Granted, he's number 2 pick. So I mean. But I don't know why people seem to be down on him. This dude.
I feel you, Drew. Yeah. I mean, he's about to put this to work to be the Admiral 2.0, but I can see what you're saying, though. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, he definitely got some work to do on that offense, but like defensively, body-wise, he's right there with Anthony Edwards and Obi Toppin in terms of like physically being ready. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna be a beast defensively off the rip, because you look at the way that they play defense as a team. They just gonna be flowing people right to him at the rim. So all you just got to do is stand straight.
And he doesn't even have to do that. This dude looks like he is going to be a hell of a weak side rim protector, man.
Oh yeah, just listen to Draymond. Wherever he tell you to go, he gonna be barking orders and pointing.
And then I wonder if he comes.
Hey, Sean, that might be a problem though, man. I don't know if he had anybody yell at him like Draymond, man. You gonna have to get up. You got to get the chest out quick, man.
Right. I wonder if he comes into the league with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder because of how his freshman year went. So that could play a part too, man.
Pick is in for the Hornets.
I was just thinking, like, it was odd to me that, because I know it's I'm not the same as everybody in terms of outwardly showing emotion, but I was like, man, we knew this dude was going to be a top 3 pick, maybe a top 4 pick at the very least, and it was odd to me that he was crying, and his people with him were crying too. But maybe that's speaking to your point, Sean, in terms of having a chip on your shoulder, that is like this wasn't promised, and now he gets to prove it.
Woj is saying Charlotte is focused on LaMelo. He hasn't said it's official though. That's like 8 minutes ago.
See, to me, this is the part of the draft where I thought we may see a wrinkle. Like, how bad does New York want LaMelo?
Oh yeah, yeah. Either a trade or Charlotte may make this pick for another team. You never know.
That's true.
Ooh, wow. I mean, how much do we see drama in the draft anymore though? Like they put the pick in and then they might trade it later tonight.
Yeah.
Now this is okay. You got to go. This is the best player available pick because you got Devontae Graham and who am I missing? And Rozier. So you already are set at PG. Now what does that do to the rest of your, those two guys that had stellar seasons last year? Or
maybe they're on the way to Houston. One of those guys.
Yeah.
Talking about Westbrook. But you know what's great about this though? If they keep LaMelo, LeVar in the vicinity of Mike.
Do we get that one-on-one finally?
Yes. Yeah.
Mike gonna come to practice one day. Like LeVar, bring your ass out here.
One day, he gonna be tortured.
It's gonna happen by December, ain't it, Drew?
Bro.
Mike is gonna be sitting in the dark. And one day they gonna turn the lights on for the first practice. He's gonna be like, where that in the Levi?
Mike gonna be in the gym before the first practice, just sitting there on the bleachers, like, where your pops at, man?
Just slowly bouncing, like, well.
He won't even have a cigar.
Yeah, that's how serious it'll be. You want no cigar? Just like, let me handle you right quick so you can stop all that talking.
You probably finished that off in the parking lot. Early morning joint.
Yo, how you gonna be the first dude to cause it? No, I'm not even gonna say it, man. You gonna do LeVar like you did Kwame Brown, man.
No, like he did Corey Benjamin.
Ooh.
Oh, ooh.
Right now, Miles Bridges has to be smiling. He's going to get so many lobs, so many easy buckets. Most improved player of the year candidate, Miles Bridges. Beneficiary.
Looks like the pick is in for the Bulls. Shams is breaking that already too. I'll leave it.
Is that LeVar on the Charlotte? Is that LeVar on the Carolina Panthers?
It's not Denny, Drew. I'll reassure you, it's not Denny.
It's not Denny. Okay.
Charles is seeing what I've seen.
Drew just isn't a fan of Maccabi Tel Aviv. That's all that is.
Chuck is seeing what I've seen too. I'll let Chuck say it.
Ooh.
And Joe Cowley did say that a lot of that news about the Bulls moving around was smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams is a 3-4, right?
It's looking like Patrick Williams to the Bulls.
I believe so. Combo forward. A tweener, as the old heads say. Jay, come on, Jay. You got to shave it, man. Just shave that all off your head, bro. I thought they were about to go to commercial.
Nah, I guess they'll call the Bulls pick first. But look, Patrick Williams. So what we think, fellas?
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. He's a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the bare minimum of tape, but he's got some touch at the elbow in the mid range that is it's raw, but it's there, and it can be built upon. I don't know how much a mid range jumper from your rookie combo forward is going to be of use to you in the game plan, but if they want to try and stretch him out to the arc, so he's more of a 3-point shooter, I think that's a possibility too.
I think they're thinking that he's going to be. Maybe not this year, but next year you put him right there in the 3. He's going to be your defensive anchor on the perimeter. and hopefully they can run with him.
Yeah,
he could be the guy you said that whatever threat, whatever the top. He could guard the top defensive guy every year. The top offensive opponent every night. That's got to be what they're looking for with him.
Yeah, the Ringer did a story on him. They said he might be the draft's safest gamble. We'll see, man.
Okay.
We'll see.
I don't know what that spot in his head is about.
My guys are the same thing.
That's that Clint Capella, man.
That Dennis Schroeder. That looks more natural than what Schroeder and Capella had. I think that was like a European fashion statement. This looks like something just like natural.
Let's see some of these clips. Nice.
So first reaction on this one is, did they make the selection for someone else? But he's a little too coordinated in that photo. There's a lot of red, black.
I've heard that Donovan is high on him. So if that's the case, then yeah.
A Swiss Army knife, then, somebody to your point, somebody who can take pressure off of Zach, and on the defensive end, he can really just spot those minutes for Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where my mind went was, so that means Kobe White is definitely going to be our starting point guard next year, or this season.
That was my second thought. What happens to the point guard position?
Mm-hmm.
I heard some rumors that the Bulls were eyeing some veterans. I don't know if they, I don't think they're done with the backcourt by any means.
Because they only got one spot, right? One roster spot?
Yeah, but they're down to like one spot as far as free agency. So you're talking about maybe either that's where they're going with the free agency spot, or they're going to make a trade. So
yeah, bring back Rondo.
What's my man's name that was at Florida State? Jonathan Isaac?
Isaac, yeah. Yeah, he went to FSU, yeah.
I know they've been having some nice, like, a lot of pogo stick type dudes come out the last couple of years that I've honestly liked a lot. Is Leonard Hamilton still there?
Yep.
He's been a good coach for a long time.
That's absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got a consistent program down there, man.
That's the thing about that too. I think it's getting a guy who, like, when you say safe gamble, what he can do on the court is going to be, you don't necessarily know how the ceiling is, but what he's going to do off the court isn't a worry, or say in the locker room.
That's definitely the way that the last regime thought of things in large part.
The last regime. Oh my God.
Yeah. Cameron, looking on some reaction on Twitter, Cam Smith likes to pick. A guy Michael Walton used to write for is not big on it.
He's not big on it?
Yeah, he says he's willing to give AK a chance.
My guy James K. Oh, go ahead.
Now say Mark Shanowski says I'm riding with AK and respect him going for a high upside pick.
Did he say that exactly? Like he said he's riding with AK? I can't. I'm trying to imagine Mark Shanowski saying that.
Mark Shanowski riding with the AK. You got the phone on him.
Hey, y'all let me know if you agree with this. So many of these moves for the Bulls have been about establishing a certain tone and temperament for where they want to go with the program. I admittedly, I didn't know a lot about Patrick Williams. But just seeing the difference in the background, the presence on the camera, his family, as compared to the first three picks. I mean, there's a noticeable presence that he has that's I think fits the bill for what the Bulls are trying to build from a tone and temperament standpoint. Like if even if Ball was available, I question if the Bulls would have gotten him or if they would have gotten him to trade him. Just because I don't see him fitting into the direction that they're trying to build this program. How y'all feel about that? What's your opinion on that?
I guess if he's home trained, I guess that'll help him. Yeah. I guess if he's a guy, he seems like a kid who's got his head on straight. So that's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think it's even limited to the character. Like, I think oftentimes we kind of default to, does he get in trouble or is he going to be a locker room problem? But I what I'm referring to really is just a certain like presence, a seriousness maybe to the profession, coming in and not really, taking shortcuts on practice reps, things that are kind of hard to see just watching the game. You feel me?
Sure. Well, I see that's one reason why I kind of like Denny. Excuse me, Drew, but I like the idea of a guy who had professional experience, even if it's not exactly what you're having here. But I like the idea of a guy with some sort of polish to him and some sort of professional experience on the Bulls right now. You do want to have guys who you have to look, who you don't have to worry about so much in regards to their work ethic and their ability to just apply themselves to professional basketball in general. So if that's the case with Patrick, even though he's a younger guy, if he's not a guy who you have to do much to coach up, then yeah, that's a good thing. Isaac Okoro going to Cleveland.
Ooh. Not going with the hometown kid, huh?
Who are you talking about?
They didn't go with Toppin. I'm shocked.
Oh, a home kid. Is he from Cleveland?
Dayton.
He just be from Ohio.
Ohio.
That's like, I mean, I know that's like a known state quantity, but I can see them. I can see them not. I can see it, but I can see Cleveland doing anything.
How much of this is
right.
Kevin Porter? Like he had a situation earlier this week with a gun incident.
Brian Crawford. BC say the Bulls drafted a florist. G.
Everybody joking on that flower clip, man. That was cool.
But yeah, I can see you appreciate that, Chris. I don't know about a lot of brothers in Chicago.
No, that's nice, man. That dude delivering flowers in his family's business, man. That's just nice.
Man, it endears him, man. It's an endearing story.
Exactly. It's a lot of people. Some people just getting these Twitter jokes off. Like if they haven't hit up 1-800-Flowers in the 0 hour when they messed up with their girl.
Everything can't be hardcore,
This is we way out of that era, man. Tyler the Creator won a Grammy.
Right, none of these kids born in the 2000s. Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah. They ain't trying to be hardcore at all.
What did Guru say? And never know the meaning of hardcore. No, never know the meaning of war. Yeah. That's what it is. Losing the race, trying to chase mass appeal.
Right. The Bruce Pearl snitching ass.
Right. Illinois people will never forgive Bruce Pearl.
You can't. You can't.
Like, I hate that he coaches Auburn because I love Auburn because of Chuck and Frank Thomas and Bo. And every time I got to see Bruce Pearl out here, like,
right.
That ain't right. Why is he? Where is he, man? Is he out in the parking lot?
You know what I'm saying? What?
Bruce's wife said, "Get out of the house, man."
He probably doing something kind of illegal.
He got. No, I was gonna say he looked like he's selling diapers, but he's dressed a little too well for that.
I'm seeing some more picks coming in on advance. So at 6, they're talking about the USC kid going to Atlanta.
Devin Vassell. Well, you
No,
said
that's
USC.
USC. That's not. I'm saying that because I can't. This African kid. I can't say his name.
Oh, it's gonna come up in a second again.
Okonegu or whatever. Oneka.
Onyeka Okongwu.
Yeah, Congo. Yeah. They gotta take some time with that. I'm glad the Bulls ain't drafting him. You know?
Don't let them come for you, man.
I'm just bullshit. But yeah, Atlanta, man. Atlanta, they got some young talent down there, man. I don't know how they gonna put it together though.
They still talking about trading for Gordon Hayward. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know if I heard him. I heard about Indy, which seems like something that should happen naturally. Like
Why would they? I don't understand why they would try and trade for Hayward. I mean, I personally like Kevin Huerter. I think he's a guy who could like make another leap as a shooter. I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I think everybody thinks that when Gordon gets back to healthy, he's the missing piece, and through no fault of his own, he really hasn't.
Yeah, I still think he got some game. Man.
I think so too. Just it seems like everybody thinks he's that dude that's going to carry them up to the next level. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be different for this time because Trae Young is the undisputed leader of that team. And they got John Collins too, but I don't know, man. Oh, they got Cam Reddish. That's right.
Yeah, they got him last year. Yeah.
That draft, comparing that draft to this draft, people were talking about that draft 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's like. You had some depth to that draft, but it was like the top of that draft was so crazy. Like you look at already, potentially what that draft could be with Zion and my man in Memphis,
Ja,
yeah. And who was
Ja, man.
Yeah, that's like those two are gonna be crazy.
Is that Nigeria? Is that the Nigerian flag or is that Ghana? Might be Ghana. Oh, nope. Ghana's the Black Star. I screwed that up.
Oh yeah, the Black Star.
Okay, and the Nigeria. I was gonna say, man, the Nigerians gonna come for you. You messed that name up.
Oh yeah, you don't want to mix that.
They ain't playing.
That's a weird pick because you got Capella, right?
They got Capella. They got Collins.
I know he's been shooting up the his stock has been rising, but
yeah.
And they
Maybe
came
there's
out
something up with Capella we don't know.
Man. So right now, Toppin's falling. Denny is definitely falling.
I think it's no way Toppin goes past the Knicks. They're already talking about Killian Hayes. Yeah. They're talking about Killian Hayes going to Detroit.
Okay. See that.
Oh, there's a proposed trade on the books.
Oh, really?
I just saw it pop on the ticker. I'm pretty sure it involved the Pistons. Was it the Pistons and the Rockets, or it was the Rockets? There was a trade proposed that showed with the Rockets involved, and I figured they were showing it because the Pistons had this upcoming pick.
Joe Cali said the Pistons are trying to move up to grab Patrick Williams.
They were, or they still trying to get him.
They as far as right now, they were trying to, but Charlotte wouldn't budge.
Okay, yeah, my guy just posted that in our group chat. I just saw that tweet too. Professor Lou Moore on Twitter, back-to-back Nigerian Americans going in the NBA lottery. Got to be the first time ever.
Oh man, put on some Fela Kuti.
Hey, that's woo. That is my shit. Water no get no enemy.
CBS now with the ready to feel old tweet. First 5 picks of the NBA draft were all born in the year 2001.
Damn.
So no kids don't remember shit about 9/11.
Just getting out of high school.
We the old man now got to speak about 9/11 now, like it's
Right.
D-Day.
Okay, yeah, it showed that the proposed trade was that the Pistons would get Trevor Ariza and the number 16, and then the Rockets would get a future first. I must have read that wrong.
Woj just saying that New York is ready to pick Toppin.
They're about to get Denny.
True.
Hey Kyle, that's what I said yesterday, didn't I? What? New York gonna explode.
That's what's bogus about. That's what's bogus about this being a virtual draft, man. If this was in New York, man, in the theater, we'd be getting all the good reactions right now, man.
Get down into that territory where Phoenix is picking 10. You know, like that's
they can
another
get a nice another piece.
That's what I'm saying.
What would you draft if you're Phoenix? What you need? What you trying to get? Shooting?
They lost Kelly Oubre in the trade, so I'll probably
they just gave up Oubre.
Yeah, Devin Vassell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Sean.
Yeah, that makes sense, Sean.
So did Killian Hayes go to France to play? He's not French, right?
But he's playing club he played in is in Germany, I think.
He's from Florida, but I think in
Germany
and overseas.
Yeah, they were showing him like. I mean, I was looking at the people who were with him. I was like, this dude ain't in France.
Yeah, I think he was born in Florida, but moved over there as a kid. He grew up overseas.
Who the hell go from Florida to France?
To Detroit now.
I don't know. He might be a military kid.
What they compare to Harden? What they compare Hayes to Harden?
To Harden?
Like step back game. It's just like his offense. Did I hear those comparisons right? Like that would be his rich man's comparison, but
yeah. I did hear he has a nasty little step back.
He look kind of crafty, man.
They're showing all this.
That's just what Detroit need, though. They need a real guard again, like somebody to run their backcourt.
His calling card, I think, is defense. Though he digs in, he gets after it. It's that identity.
They need to have a camera on Spike Lee, man.
Right.
I couldn't imagine Spike letting them in his house.
With the John Starks jersey on.
Spike might go back in the closet, get the Bernard King out.
Hey, Chuck got a question for us. He want to ask about Harden rejecting the 50 mil, but the talk that it's about Tillman Fertitta supporting Trump.
I'm gonna look at the last part of that says according to Fox News' Paulina Daydag,
Yeah,
and reject that just a bit because I don't know if Fox News is breaking any sports news ever.
but they're not the only people who said it though. But
Okay, no disrespect, Chuck.
yeah, that's just what Chuck is citing. But they're not the only people who have said it though. But I mean, it's good for him. If that's how you feel, that's all Fertitta for not handling his business right. You can't let politics interfere with your business like that.
Man, and it's not like these owners don't donate and that we can see those donations. So I respect James Harden a lot if that's what he did, especially if that was the main reason for it too. I respect that a lot.
I would think that it wasn't the only reason though. I don't even know if it would be the primary reason. It's probably an associate reason why. But I would think that I've heard that he's there's been talk about him not feeling as involved as he wanted to in the coaching hire, and maybe he didn't want there to be a new coach to begin with. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff down there in Houston. I think he might have just feel that after 8 years that they've swung and missed enough, and that he wants to be with another team. Could be just that.
For as great as he's been in that system, to a degree, his game has become marginalized. There's a big element of his game that was taken out to facilitate the offense that they desire to run. You got to preface that too by saying those are tax-free dollars. That's a bold move.
Yeah. Texas here, and you want to go to New York, but that money gonna be free flowing out your crib, man. Yeah, well, that's on him. I think he wants to play with a super team, I guess, again. So.
And see, I don't know how I feel about that. That whole element of the crew up and guys wanting to get it easy, and you can't cheat the process, man.
Ain't nothing gonna be easy with him. Ain't nothing gonna be easy playing next to Kyrie though.
Here comes Kyle. Here comes.
He went to where, man. Look at his dad, a street ball legend in Brooklyn, boy, and now your man back in New York. All right, Knicks fans are gonna be loving this dude for about a season.
Love the Knicks on draft night, man.
But the Knicks. I mean, okay, I agree with this pick because it's like the best player available. But the Knicks got like 22 power forwards, man.
Yeah, they got
Julius Randle.
They got Randle. They got our guy
Bopo.
Oh,
Portis. Yeah, they got Portis. I don't know, man. Yeah, where is he gonna fit on the Knicks, man?
Kevin Knox, yeah, they're loaded in the front line.
they go, take it back to old school and just play like a huge lineup and get ran all up and down there.
They gonna be bruises like in the '90s again, man. What is gonna be giving out mouth shots?
Hey, bring Bobby on back, man. He don't need to be there and all of that chaos. Bring him back to Chicago.
Hey, I do love some Bobby Portis, man.
Yeah. Portis, man. He's a real dude, man. I wouldn't be mad if we brought him back at some point.
I just remembered that he punched Nico in the mouth.
Yeah, I know. That's his legacy as a Bull, man.
He had some ball games for the Bulls, man.
Yeah, he did.
I just remember he punched Nico in the mouth.
As soon as that happened, that's all he became remembered for at that point.
Yeah, we were hearing about Denny Avdia for so long.
Yeah, he's still available.
Man,
Tyrese.
I
really feel like he didn't do himself much justice with that extended interview / film session. You really saw where he's at from a mental standpoint of the NBA game. And
yeah, he did that with ESPN, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did that with ESPN, didn't he? Sometimes sometimes it don't help to expose yourself. You try to hide yourself before the draft, you know. Be an international man of mystery, you know.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I'm like in DC too right here. Like there's some talent out there.
Maybe this is the Halliburton move right here for DC. I know they're probably ready to get rid of John Wall.
Yeah, what was that proposed Wall to the Rockets, or Wall for was it Wall for Westbrook?
Yeah.
Guys, that was being discussed.
Yep, it's been rumored. Yeah,
rumors, man. so many rumors.
Let me see. Let me read our guy Ricky O'Donnell on what he think about Patrick. Youngest American player in the draft. I don't see him as a takeover scorer, but his combination of rim protection and spot-up shooting at the 4 gives the Bulls a lot of pathways to roster construction going forward.
I like hearing that.
This pick signals that Karnasovis will not be tied to the young core of the previous regime. I expect most of the roster to be turned over within the next year. AK is going to want to get his guys. That's Ricky O'Donnell.
That last part is a stretch. Ricky, you think they're going to blow him up? My question to that narrative is, why would Billy Donovan leave a situation where he exceeded expectations in Oklahoma City? They committed to a rebuild. Why would he leave that to come to Chicago and basically blow everything up and start a 2 or 3 year process all over again from scratch? It seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, I think
I feel you on that.
I agree with you, Sean. I think the core is going to stay in place. I think they're banking on Williams playing the 3. I think from all accounts, he's at least defensively, he's supposed to be versatile enough to do that. And I don't think we really need him to score. If he can just play his role, make limited amount of mistakes, play solid defense, finish. I mean, what more can you ask for, at least in year 1? Kind of play like that. I hate it because we keep going back to it, kind of play that Jimmy Butler role a little bit.
Yeah. But he could be like a Butler early in his career before the turnover, like before 14 or something like that, when he was a rotation guy and stuff like that. And he,
well before the arguably the ego kicked in.
Well, before we needed him to score, I would say. Yeah, I guess ego came along with that too, but we did. It's like we looked at 11 and 12, and so he wasn't needed to score at that point.
I mean, I guess if you outworking damn near everybody in the NBA, I guess you can be cocky, right?
Yeah,
I think so, man.
Yeah.
Oh, DC went with Denny.
Interesting. I mean, that team has an international flair, though.
Yeah, they like the European guys in DC. They've reached on some in the past. Is they at a steakhouse or something?
Oh, then he getting drunk tonight.
It did look like he was at a steakhouse. You're right. Oh, he yamming on folks? Okay.
Interesting.
I want to, you know what? I kind of want this to work out just because I hate the way that they did Scott Brooks in OKC.
Mm.
And there's a lot of guys on that team that I think deserve some victories. Beal, even Wall's been kind of controversial, but I like John Wall honestly, and I like Rui Hachimura a
You
lot.
can't blame him for the side of that contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind to see. I wouldn't mind them winning.
Yeah, they got Thomas Bryant. They got a couple guys coming up.
Yeah,
Young talent.
I forgot about Thomas Bryant. He was kind of forgotten a little bit. Oh wait, I'm thinking no, I was thinking of Thomas Bryant. I got stuck on Thomas Robinson for a second.
Nah,
I mean, quietly, it's a situation where Washington should be able to make waves in free agency. They should, in theory, they should be able to, if you commit to keeping Wall. Why could that not be a destination?
But they got so much of their money locked up in Wall and Beal, though.
I mean, where is it going besides that, though? I think they're top heavy for sure.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they ain't gonna have money like some other teams. You got LeBron
in and out.
See why she go. If he get a chip to DC, you still gonna be hating on him?
It depends on what type of role he plays in getting that chip.
Wow, Drew ain't got no time for it. he ain't trying to hear it.
He gonna hit that Tony Kukoc shot in the playoffs 1 year.
Well, I think Diddy knew he was going already. He got the suit matching up.
That's a nice suit, man.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, I'm just gonna ask because y'all know more. Especially I think Sean and Drew, y'all have studied. I know y'all have studied this a lot more than I have. Who of the guys that are left? Because I think we've run through the names that even like casual fans know. Who are the guys that are left could make a serious impact? Not like superstar level, but say all-star within their first 3 or 4 seasons.
Honestly, I'm not that familiar with a bunch of these guys that are left. But to Sean's point, he already mentioned Vassell from FSU. And I think Halliburton, who I wanted the Bulls to take, is still there too. What you think, Sean?
Aaron Nesmith from Vanderbilt. I've heard some interesting Glenn Rice comparisons. I know the kid can shoot; he can flat out shoot. Oh yeah, they're talking about him right now. Top shooter in the draft. He could. I didn't realize he was as big as he is. He's 6'8". I thought he was a little shorter than that. So he's got size, and with the proliferation of the wing now, he could easily, in the right situation, be a nice scorer.
Well, you look at who's picking in the next couple picks. You talking about guys who can. Well, Phoenix is probably one of the best spots to land in the draft period this year because you got CP3 there now, so you got a guy who's going to be distributing the ball to everybody on the court with him. You got a team that everybody's looking at it to make the playoffs next year. So it'll be interesting to see what direction they go. But I would think Halliburton and Vassell would probably be one of the next guys go.
Yeah. The other name that was starting to shoot up at one point, and maybe I don't think he got drafted yet, but is the kid from Kentucky, Maxey.
Yeah.
Really high things about him.
Kira Lewis has got talk about him too. From Alabama.
People getting these flower jokes off, man.
That's why you can't come to Chicago with a interesting personality quirk like that.
People go roast you for the littlest things, Joe.
Yeah.
My man could have got a perfect score on the SATs, and Mola would have been up there like, "Yo, I ain't trying to draft a scientist, G." Like, what?
Oh, wow. Suns are targeting Jalen Smith at 10. I haven't heard Jalen Smith above the 20s, man. That's Woj say that.
Well, let's see. Jalen Smith. Well, Adam Silver turned around hella quick, too. They look okay, yeah. No, they did not expect that. He looked surprised.
Yeah.
He was like,
Jalen Smith, nobody was talking about Jalen Smith in the top 10.
And you see his agent happy as hell in the back. I assume that's his agent. It might not be his agent.
That probably his agent. Probably say, well, I'm getting that 5% looking better now. Wow. I guess Phoenix didn't want to trade down, or they couldn't, but they just was like, F it. We got a squad. We could just pick who we want.
Maybe that's the thought. If they feel like you're talking about drafting them based on fit, maybe they feel like this is the best possible fit.
Yeah.
Maryland. I think I may have seen him play a couple of times.
Yeah, I've seen him a little on the Big Ten. You know, he's like nice long guy. He's sort of if this was 20 years ago, he probably would have been a top 3 pick or something.
Yeah.
Like a nerd for real. I should talk.
Military, maturity. They're turning a new leaf in Phoenix, man. That's probably a fit. You're right. This is about fit.
Yeah. They want more inside defense. They got Ayton, but yeah.
This is a kid they got on the perimeter too. They picked last year from Villanova.
Yeah, Bridges. Yeah, I'm
sorry.
Not Miles Bridges. The other Bridges. But I think you said it earlier, Sean. Like it's more big men in the West now, so you have a nice rotation of guys like that. It's better than Alex Lynn. Talk about a Maryland dude. And good for him. He getting a lot more money in that rookie contract than he expected. I don't know how much longer we go. I guess we could ride through the lottery. See, since these are the teams that most interesting, they need the most.
What are the Spurs going to do?
Yeah, Spurs interesting, man. First was last year the first year that they didn't make the playoffs since the 90s.
Yeah. Timmy surprised everybody and stepped away from the coaching staff. What was was that about?
Yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, I wonder about that too.
Is he clearing the path? Is this the transition year? Is he clearing the path for Becky?
Maybe.
Pop's swan song season.
Yeah, maybe. I was taking pretty seriously that talk about him going to Brooklyn before they hired Nash.
Mm.
Hey, let me ask this because it was something I kind of wanted to ask on Running with WARR. But what coaching staff would you rather have, Brooklyn or the Clippers?
Ooh. Who was Nash's top assistant?
Is it D'Antoni?
Yeah.
And Stoudemire's there.
Stoudemire.
Doc Vaughn is there.
Yeah.
They got like a who
I was coaching him at the end of last year. Or last season.
And who's with the Clippers? The top man is now Ty Lue.
The Ty Lue, you got I just saw an image of this yesterday. Let me see if I can get that up.
Cassell.
Yeah, they got Cassell. They got there's a couple. I think they got Ron. Was that Rodney Rogers who was used to be here? Is that Rodney Rogers?
I think it's Roy Rogers.
Oh, Roy Rogers, yeah. That's not updated. Okay, here we go. All right, hey, Kenny Atkinson, Chauncey Billups, Larry Drew, Roy Rogers, and Dan Craig. I think Craig and Atkinson and Larry Drew have all been head coaches at some point. And they got Chauncey Billups in as the star name, and Roy Rogers been an assistant. He played in the league too.
So we're gonna count MVPs versus rings.
And let me get the Brooklyn coaches up just to be sure. Okay. See, yeah, I think Brooklyn's gonna take it. They got D'Antoni. They got Ime Udoka, who a lot of people's talking about for head coaching jobs this year. Stoudemire.
You said Udoka went to Brooklyn?
Yeah, he's an assistant with D'Antoni. Yeah. Stoudemire is a player development assistant, whatever that is. Jacques Vaughn. They got Tiago Splitter as an assistant coach.
I ain't heard that name since LeBron blocked him at the rim.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, that's a good situation for San Antonio. This kid Vassal's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Can he get one season to train under DeRozan? Or is DeRozan on the move?
I want to see DeRozan go. Yeah, I want to see DeRozan go somewhere else. But yeah, that could be
somewhere other than San Antonio.
I don't know, man. I just don't like him there. I want to see him on a more impactful team. You know, make somewhere he could make more of an impact.
Do y'all think that with the things that he was going through, that Tyrese Halliburton could pass up Tyrese Gibson as the most important Tyrese in history?
as long as he don't be caught on video saying, "What more do you want from me?"
That's what I'm saying, man. I think he's learned from those
Or if he
errors,
don't,
and then he can distance
or
himself.
if he don't do
He can
he
avoid
don't do
that.
the wild the wild audition video for Django. As long as he don't stay away from some shit like that, he should be okay. Oh, that's amazing. That Django video.
I like just going based off what Sean said, and I think the fact that Leonard Hamilton gets both players who are athletic and pretty sound. I like this for the Spurs. I mean, they've been doing this for a couple years now with DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, I like some of they last recent picks. Walker, Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Kyle Anderson was going to be nice for them, but evidently he didn't really develop into that kind of player.
He probably needed the move though. He might be a decent guy for Memphis, as far as like just a bench guy for them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he didn't pan out there. But me and Sean before y'all came on, we was talking about the Bulls jersey. Did y'all see the city jersey that they're gonna have this year?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I played that BioShock, the video game, and it's a lot of Art Deco stuff like that, like Batman the Animated Series. I like that.
Yeah.
It looked kind of green on the picture I saw, and I don't know if that was just the light or if that was actually what the jersey was. And that could be cool, but it also might look weird on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's got that green tint, then that's a little off. But otherwise, I like that jersey.
I brought that up though because you see the San Antonio got the throwback with the old.
That was cool.
You see, you know what I'm talking about, Chris? They got.
Mm-hmm.
But I did. Did they have the San Antonio in script on there? Like they. I don't remember that.
No, I think it was Spurs.
Yeah, it was just Spurs, but the design is like that from the early 90s and whatever.
Yeah, and this is the first time that I can remember that the Spurs have done something other than jerseys they've already done. So I'm even happier.
Yeah, those are nice. This Halliburton's going to this Sacramento.
Yeah, Halliburton went to Sacramento.
That's another confused, man. I'm confused, man.
They got five.
They got Buddy Hield.
Yeah. They may have Bogdanovich back. They talk about Bogdanovich.
I saw that.
Trade.
He vetoed the trade.
He may not. Yeah, he may veto it. I should say. Yeah.
Ooh. What brought that upon? Wow, to me, that's a head scratcher. Why wouldn't you want to contend for a title?
Maybe he loves Sacramento. He's Sacramento to the top.
Yeah.
He rather lose pretty than win ugly, I guess.
I don't know if he's gonna lose pretty in Sacramento.
Well, stats wise.
He's blossomed a bit out there.
Yeah, maybe he think he'll make more money as he ride out that contract, get more pub out there individually.
Yeah. Or the Giannis put the word out, in the back channels like, yeah, they got Drew and they might bring you over here, but I'm still leaving.
Well, that's a good point. You got Drew, you got Giannis, you got Middleton. Yeah, he's low man on the totem pole.
That would have been a nice 5, though.
Yeah, why can't they get it together, man? They got some players out
Was that Sacramento, the Kings?
Yeah, I guess it's their management.
Yeah, definitely. The Maloofs have been. Oh, not they sold to Vivek Ranady.
Yeah. But it's still, they still.
Yeah, not on course.
It deep. The Vlada here,
Ooh,
I don't know. Been up with him.
Ooh, okay.
RJ Hampton still on the board.
As good as my man Suit is, his mom's dress is not.
What is that? Is that the Dallas Cowboys dress?
I don't know. It's like a faux collar, but not a faux collar.
Quick glance, I thought she had the nun joint on for a second.
For a second, right? Oh, she has Handmaid's Tales. She had that like.
Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Okay, that says a lot.
All right, guys.
That's the height of fashion up in Oshkosh, man.
Oh my gosh! Listen to this man.
The old girl, the young girl, she can't wait to get out of Wisconsin, man.
Right there in the with the strapless joint on. Yeah, she out.
Yeah,
she said we gone.
Yeah, Sacramento, the big city for her. So
Sacramento's an interesting town, man. Kicked it out.
I've heard that. I want to check that out.
Kyle, to your point, Kyle, Sacramento has some nice names over there. I know Bagley had to deal with some injuries, and again, like we talked about, these players that kind of get into the league and don't show the motivation to get better. I hope he's not one of those guys, but maybe Sacramento just has become the swamp ground for that type of mentality, man. I don't know. With De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, and they got an injury-riddled Jabari Parker, but Jabari Parker no less. Harrison Barnes is over there. I know his stock is plummeted ever since his finals performances. Harry Giles, another guy that was a fairly big name coming out of college, coming out of Duke. I don't know.
I think those top two names that you said, Drew, I don't know if you could build a team around Fox, but he's a guy that's going to play hard for you. I think he'll give you a chance to win if you put one other really good guy next to him and at least three guys who can fill the role. If you get three guys who are good with Fox, you could not. I don't think you would just catch a lot of teams sleeping. You'll be a solid team, even in the West.
Yeah.
I might be reaching, but I think it would be a solid team.
Last year for that last spot. So they just need to be ran a little better. I don't know if is Walton still coaching? He coaching them, right? Walton,
Luke Walton, yeah.
I don't know if he gonna be the one to do it, but they just need to be ran a little better. They could at least make the top 8 in a year or two.
Well, they gave up on Mike Malone a little too early.
They messed up. They messed up. Yeah.
Is anybody else a little like almost waiting for the other shoe to drop with the fact that there's been no trade so far? Like
someone was talking about New Orleans making the trade. But now, that's gonna be weird too if there's no trades in the lottery. That almost never happens.
Hey, do you pronounce this dude's name Kira or Kyra?
I think it's Kira. Yeah.
Okay, they gotta nickname him Death Note if he's good then.
That's a little deep. I know that show. I haven't watched it though. But I watched
so the main character they nickname him Kira just because Japanese. It's like Kira Killer. So and Death Note would just be a cold ass nickname, man.
Yeah, it would. They wouldn't let that slide though. I don't know. No, I mean in the league, like did KD kill off that the Grim Reaper name of
Slim Reaper?
Slim Reaper, yeah.
Well,
I think he killed that off more than anybody else, but
he didn't know what he wanted to call it.
That should have been his nickname.
Iceberg Slim.
I'm not laughing at that because That's
Not
one of
with
the best
that
games of
hair.
all time. That's what I was gonna say.
You can't be Iceberg Slim with no hair like that.
My man wanted to be called the servant.
The servant. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he don't know what he wants to call himself, man.
That's like if you playing for a church league or something. A servant.
This man had the pick of 3 or 4 good nicknames: Slim Reaper, Durantula,
Yeah.
and was
Well, yeah.
nah.
The servant. But yeah, at least we're out of the lottery. Boston's coming up, which could be interesting. But yeah, I guess Chris, you gotta flip out.
Yeah, man, I'm out here, and my guy that moved out here, my guy from college that moved out here with his fiance. He had to cancel his wedding, so it's lucky I get a chance to see him. So I'm gonna see if I can catch up with him.
How much longer you gonna be out there?
Till tomorrow morning to fly out tomorrow morning.
You ain't gonna be in the next Bachelorette?
No, no, thank God. That show is too wild for me, bro. Also, I don't have that many outfits. One thing I found out going on this show, they were like, send us 5 different outfits for wardrobe purposes. And I realized that I had about 2. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad somebody else felt that way because I still was underdressed when I pulled up. You'll see the show, but one of the guys on our team, he's done a couple of game shows before. He had the light purple suit with the white shirt, and the woman on our show, she had a black dress with red roses and the Chuck Taylors on. I felt like an usher. They had to put me in a sweater that they had at wardrobe, and they were like, "Yo, let me get an ID so we can make sure we get this sweater back." Because I thought about it. I was like,
they can't even let you have a sweater.
I was like, maybe, hey, I might need this sweater. I thought I was like, yo, ID is kind of heavy, but then I was like, oh man, I might steal this sweater though.
That's a funny ass Curb Your Enthusiasm episode about something like that. He take a coat from off the set of the Scorsese movie. It
was an all day thing doing that filming, but it was fun though. It was fun for sure.
That's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the show. We'll talk more about that when it happens. What do they know when it's going to air?
They start airing January 7th. It'll be on ABC, and then they'll let us know when our episode goes up because that is part of when is also kind of impacts us in a certain way. I'm trying not to give something away, but yeah, it should be. I'm guessing January or February.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. Chris is gonna be on a mysterious new game show where they may or may not make him eat worms.
Hey, I always said that I could do the first thing on Fear Factor because the second thing was always eat some animal part, and that was it. I was gonna bow out off that.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see one more pick here with Boston because Boston's always interesting. Then we'll
take Danny Ainge in his ever-present tech suit.
His disrespectful trade proposals.
Hey, he had to keep up his rep of being an asshole.
He's like, he probably came to the Bulls like we'll give you our 14th and our 16th pick for Zach and for Zach and Wendell. AK was like, no, them guys don't work here no more.
That would have been Danny trying to get over on Paxson for hitting that shot in '93.
What's up?
It took RJ Hampton?
Nah, I'm speculating.
I was about to say Jay had him 5th overall in his best available.
He had him there.
I mean, he's got of the five best available guys, he's number 5.
Oh, right now he's got him 5 years. Okay,
Yeah.
I think he got 5th overall before the draft. Yeah, I see it.
Aaron Nesmith. This could be a good fit for him too.
Shooter. You think they might go with Cole though? A guard, another creator.
They got a kid in that similar build and profile last year, though, right? Who's the little short guy?
Nah, they got Edwards last year. Then they off him. Yeah, he more of a shooter.
Oh, Carson Edwards?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, everybody crying tonight.
Damn, you know, I don't know what I would do if I made it to the NBA. I'll see now. They trying to say Kevin Garnett from South Carolina. We got to get on him now. Oh, is he part of the Gullah Peoples? No, they had his family in the office. I can't hate those, man. Geechee folks.
Geechee is over.
Thank you, right? I ain't saying nothing about the Geechee folks.
Yeah, the Geechee is over. Oh man, they ain't for real, yeah. Oh man, hey, let's see. Bring some culture up to Boston.
Yeah, let's see how they deal with that.
Well, all right, fellas. I guess we can wrap up. Thank y'all for coming on, man. It's good at a good time with y'all. Thanks to everybody who stopped by. We had a few viewers and
Thank you,
Chuck who interacted. Thank you, Chuck.
Ritchie.
Sean, I think this is my first time interacting with you, man. So pleasure, man.
Oh, likewise. Appreciate it. Man.
Yeah, damn, Sean. There's a lot of good stuff that you put out there that it was good jumping off points for sure, man.
Yeah, Sean, man. Are you happy? Sean about to go on Twitter and talk with all the Bulls bloggers.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go and see Red Mo for the rest of the night and chop it up. Yep.
And we'll talk some more about the Bulls and stuff. We'll probably do another Runnin With WARR next week. React to what else, react to the whole draft and whatever else moves happen Friday. The moves are going to be official as far as free agency and stuff. So a lot to talk about. We'll see if the Bulls do anything else interesting on the trade front or anything. So yeah, a lot to talk about with the hoops coming up. So yeah, we're going to have some fun with it.
Excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, keep rocking with us. We are RigoRadio.com. WARR Media, all the tags have been below. So you know how to follow us and everything. And definitely keep rocking with Drew doing the Chicago Sports Exchanges. Got one up on the site now and new ones every Monday. And Chris, Chris keep doing your thing, man. He in and out with the site. So I don't know what he's gonna be doing next. He gonna be, but we gonna see him guest appearing on some no shows going forward. I don't know. He gonna be on Grey's Anatomy in a couple months probably. We'll see.
I think this is my best arena, real talk. So,
no man,
podcasting is pretty much my spot.
Yeah, it's what it is though, man. We always appreciate you coming through, man. And Sean, yeah, definitely we got to get back on some varsity show stuff soon. Probably think of some stuff to wrap up the year, man. Some year ending stuff. We could send 2020 out in the proper way, like it deserves, with a swift kick in the
ass. Right. What's the ass? It's been a blast, y'all.
All right.
For sure. It's been a lot of fun.
Again, fellas.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right, y'all. Enjoy your evenings.
You too. You too.
All right, be safe on the way back, Chris.
Mhm.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, peace out, Facebook.